Hey, what's going on? In this video, we're going to cover 5 different businesses that you can operate primarily online in this coming year. Now, some of these are going to be businesses that are more home-based, while others on this list are going to be the type of the businesses that you can operate from anywhere in the world. You could be in the Paris, you could be in the Berlin, you could be in Mexico City. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can make the money through some of these businesses. While, like I said, other might be a little bit more home-based. So let's get into this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and drop a like if you do find this video to be helpful. Alright, so let's talk about number 5, working without a number 1, not necessarily in your particular order, but I think there will be something on this list for everyone. So number 5 is by starting your own subscription box. Now, this is something that I've seen really everything emerging. This is the past few years, especially in that is by the operating your own subscription box services. So just to give you the couple examples of it is Dollar Shave Club. This is not the advertisements for the Dollar Shave Club, but they have their very interesting business models where they have box subscriptions services where they every month people who subscribe to the Dollar Shave Clubs are going to get the razor, maybe some of others shaving materials within the box, and they are going to get that in the mail every month, or at least I believe that's how it works. I don't actually have the Dollar Shave Club, or you can take the Tia Lopez. If you are familiar with the Tia Lopez and his mentor box, that's he always taking about this is where how spend your multiple books and a different package and papers every single month in the mail, and then you can now read through all these materials and gain a lot of the knowledge through that subscriptions box of the mentor box. So what you can do here is to find the niche that hasn't really been tapped into, and then created your own box for this. And now there are a lot of the boxes out there already, but there are still a pretty of the areas where they haven't really been fully trapped into. So for example, you could think of anything, maybe a coffee box where people get multiple bags of the coffee every single month and get different coffee beans from the different places in the world every month. And I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fun to get something in the mail every month, and you're excited to see what it is. You open it up and it's a different type of the coffee, or maybe it's the pet treats for your dogs, or there's so many possibilities, but I thought I'd have been cool to include in this list, and you can really explain this and think about so many different thousands of the different ideas behind these subscriptions services. But you can really squeeze a lot of the money out of the customers, and I shouldn't say squeeze, it's not bad, but you can really get a lot of the money out of it because this is the monthly subscriptions, and some of these people are gonna to have these subscriptions for years to come. Now the next one is something that you can primarily operate remotely online, but something you have to annually meet with clients, and this is by the starting your own social media marketing agency or your own social media management firm. And so what you want, what you can do with this, you can actually market people's products with, especially with the Facebook advertising. A lot of the businesses, they just don't know how to actually reach customers and to generate clients, and so you can do this yourself. You can reach out to them, you can call them, you can email them, but when I found the best, it's actually going out in the person and talking to some businesses, which kind of defeats all purpose of this video. But Since you get some clients, then you can actually do most of the work remotely. You can generally lead for the remotely, and unless you're going to some videos productions and you are really in there talking to them a lot, you can do a lot of this from your own home or even a couple hundreds of miles away. It sometimes what I do, because I went into my chiropractor last year, got talking to him. I told my was marketing major. He asked me how to make his products, and then to and behold, somehow I ended up generating leads for him, and actually getting contacts with him and generating leads for him just by taking to him and having the small talks that ended up into an actual business opportunity, which is how I ended up starting OBR Media. So if you don't want to start the marketing agency, you could just manage social media pages, or for other businesses who might want some help growing their pages, or maybe they are not able to post a lot of the pictures all the time, not able to respond to comments and concerns of the customers through their Facebook pages or their Instagrams or their YouTube channel. And so you can do that for them as well, and manage those pages for them for the certain amount of the money per month. So number 3 is to start your own clothing brand. Now, this is something that a lot of the people find themselves failing in, and there's the big reasons for that. So we are gonna get into in just a second here, but it seems as though everybody and their brothers are trying to start their own clothing brand, and that's because people really overestimate the desire for somebody's brand who nobody really gives the crap about, because it doesn't mean anything to them. But if you can operate this and you can grow this at the right levels, that's when you can really see a lot of the success for. So, for example, you could look at something like the Superme or the Betting Ape or some of these different brands, and that will sell $500 for the single T-shirt, and they kind of stretch ahead and not wonder how this is possible. This P did some serious branding, and it's working very well for them. Somebody like the Brad Conti, just some guy from the New York who ended up starting the Fortune in New York and has a very, very successful clothing brand. And the reasons for that is because they focus on the one specific trade market, and we have talked about this in the past. But if you wanted to start a clothing brand, you can do it, and you can succeed in the many people do succeed in starting their own clothing brands. But you have to focus on the specific target market. So maybe that's gonna be college fraternity guys, or maybe that's going to be people who love boats, or maybe it's going to be people who own Chiho hands, and so somebody very specific that you can market your products to, and that's how you can create a very successful clothing brand. And then maybe after the time you can branch out, but you want to have the very focused audience at the first with the clothing brand. And the reasons why we are putting it on this list is because nowadays what we are in 2018, a lot of these different clothing brands can be operated almost entirely online. So you can actually ship these products, which means that you can not have the physical make the t-shirt. You can get somebody else to make the clothing for you, and then they ship it out for you, and you just operate your own website. Maybe you can do this through something like the Spotify or the Teesprings, and you can do this entirely remotely from anywhere in the world. Okay, now there's two more on this list. Number two is something that I ever have talked about in this channel. So to be honest, with you, that's because I really still am considering this is the business idea for myself. But I think I'm just gonna throw it out here for everyone to just to enjoy, and maybe you won't agree with it. Maybe I will think it's a stupid idea, but it's something that I never really heard anybody talking about, and I wanted to share with you to maybe give somebody, at least one person who is watching this video, some idea that they might want to run with in the future. And so there's kind of the backstory behind this, but essentially what you can do is to convert your VHS tapes and old family videos into the digital format. So a lot of the people have these old family videos from the 90s and the early 2000s on these old tapes, and they wanted to preserve this. They wanted to keep this, and they wanted to watch them on the laptop instead of having to pull out the old VHS player, and which they probably don't even have. So they want to be able to watch these videos, and my dad actually called me up last year. He said, hey Mel, I'm trying to convert these videos. I went down to the CBS or down to the camera stores, and they say that will be the $35 per tape. For the 40 tapes, that's over $1,000 to convert these types, and he has just absolutely taken aback by this price. And then I heard that price. I thought, oh my god, but wait a minute, how hard it is to actually to do this. And so I looked into it. It's not hard to convert these tapes. You just need the old VHS player and converter to laptop. Not many materials are involved in order to do this, and so you could actually operate these businesses. And this is the pretty theoretical. I don't know that there's businesses out there who do this, but I never looked into it too much. But I thought I would include it in this list because it's something interesting where you can actually market these services to people through Facebook advertising, through advertising on Google, and then you can market these products to the people, maybe baby boomers and the people who are getting older and have these old tapes of their kids, and they want to watch those tapes, but they can't because they don't have the VHS player. You can market to them, and then they can send you their types, and you can convert to them, or you can find someone other ways to do this. But I just thought it's very interesting, not included in this list. Now here's one of more in this list that you can do for anywhere in the world. So it's not necessarily home-based businesses. You can do this from the quiet with anywhere as long as you have the Wi-Fi connections, and that is by starting your own affiliate marketing businesses. So if you are familiar with the John Chris Tommy, he's generated over the $5 million per year in affiliate revenue. He is pretty famous within the affiliate marketing realm, and I'm actually not on this channel to discuss with you guys how he was actually able to do this and generate millions of dollars per year by the marketing people's products for the. So what's the affiliate marketing is your marketing products for people. You can do this through your own products reviews. You can even market YouTube videos and review products, or you can do this through paid advertising, which is a lot of what he did through the ClickBank. He did a lot of the paid advertisements, and he marketed a lot of the other people's products and made a lot of the money. from them. So we are going to have on these channels at some point in the future in order to discuss that, but that wraps up this video of 5 different business ideas that you can operate from your home, or some of this from anywhere in the world, in order to make some money in this coming year. If you found this the video to be helpful, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, maybe leave the comments down below. I don't know. Thanks for watching, and I see you next time.